Saturday evening, the Huntington Symphony Orchestra put on a magnificent Picnic with the Pops show at Harris Riverfront Park. Before a packed crowd of hundreds, they played movie scores and armed forces anthems. The orchestra came complete with manic maestro Chemo, who ran a lap around the amphitheater to the strains of the Rocky movie score, emanating from his temporarily leaderless orchestra. All that energy has to be well orchestrated, however, and Friday and Saturday, rehearsal for the big night took place in a new venue. New to the new-look Huntington Symphony Orchestra at any rate. The venue isn't new, however it is venerable. Thanks to accommodations made by the Keith Albee Performing Arts Center, the Huntington Symphony Orchestra was able to rehearse in the Keith Albee. Why practice at the Keith when the orchestra normally performs at the Gene C. Stevenson Auditorium in City Hall?
We love the idea of possibly performing in the Keith, and so we thought, what a better way than to actually rehearse in the space and hear how we sound, see if we fit on the stage, those kinds of things.
In fact, new executive director Evans would like the orchestra to make a move.
I just like this space. I think this space is very inviting.
That space was designed to be inviting by famed theater architect Thomas Land. Built in 1928, its acoustics are such that even someone sitting in the nosebleed seats and the upper balconies could hear the voices of the stage performers of the vaudeville era. That design makes it ideal for an orchestra. Sitting in the upper rows, Evans says, it sounds like the instruments are right in front of you, and this is with no amplification.
The balcony's my favorite.
In Evans' eyes, the Keith is the place to be for the symphony as renovations, including the 4th Avenue Corridor project, continue and more people come to see downtown as an exciting destination.
I think there's a lot of potential here. I think there's a lot of exciting things going on with the planning, and I would love for us to be a part of it. I think that finding a home in the Keith would be key for us, especially right now. We're going through a lot of changes. We're updating ourselves, and I think that this would just be a big step for us in the right direction. The Keith Albee Theater is such an integral part of this community, or could be a very integral part of the community, and it has such a special place in so many people's hearts. More so than where we're performing now. I don't want to say anything negative about it, but I think it could only do great things for our patronage to say that we're performing in the Keith. It's a little more accessible than City Hall, and much more visible.
And Evans knows a thing or two about visibility. Right out of Marshall with her master's in vocal performance, she headed for the Big Apple to sing opera. When that didn't work out the way she'd planned, she discovered the symphony needed an executive director. She got the job and returned to Huntington just last October.
It wasn't the pace that I wanted, and I dearly miss Huntington. I'm not from here, and my family doesn't live here. My whole family lives in Salt Lake City. I have a whole slew of nieces and nephews and parents in Utah. But Huntington feels like home to me, and I wanted to come back. And I really feel like there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of exciting things happening, and I would like to be a part of it.
Evans knows what she wants for the symphony going forward and what she wants for the Keith. And what she wants is grounded in her own experience.
I remember going to the symphony as a little girl, or going into performing arts centers as a young girl, and it was magical from the moment that you walk in the door. And that's part of the experience. The concert's great and all that, but it's part of the experience to walk into a spectacular space, and I think this one has that potential.
So what now for the symphony and its potential new home at the Keith Albee? There are some hurdles to leap yet before that becomes reality, but judging from our 2 days of covering the symphony and Laura Evans' stewardship of it, I wouldn't bet against her.
I mean, I'm excited to be here. And even just since November, I feel like the symphony's accomplished a lot. I've accomplished a lot. And I'm just excited to see what comes next. So this is a great opportunity for us.
Tony Seaton reporting for HuntingtonNews.net.